おい、ダンちゃん。JLPT はどう? Well... Konnichiwa everyone, it's Dan from JaDan.co.uk and cheers for finding my video today. I appreciate that. Today, we're back again with yet another step on that JLPT quest, and if you don't know what that means, it's basically me documenting my journey to try and become competent in a language that is both fucking solid and something I'm pretty useless at. But if you're learning Japanese, chances are you feel the same way, and maybe it strikes a little chord with you. If it does, do me a favour, up here there's a link, and in the description box there's a link to all other ones that I made. Go and check them out, it'll be good for your health, I think, maybe. Go and do it. Anyway, last week I went and I took JLPT N4, and I know I can already see comment section blowing up. It'll be like, what's fucking point in taking M4?
M4 is a waste of time and money.
Ele nem sabe falar japonês direito.
ほんまに外人やな。But nonetheless, I'm taking JLPT tests in order. So one day I can pass Kumite and become a JLPT Tanaka, and that means one day I'll turn around and bust out the verbal equivalent of a dim mac on some fools.
The hell is a dim mac?
Death touch.
So this started last September when I got a bit bored of just studying Japanese whenever I fancied it, which, to be fair, weren't very often, and I decided, fuck it, let's try and do this proper. And I started studying hard and rolled my sleeves up and that were a thing. And I even went and took JLPT N5 last December and passed with flying colours.
Hey, Buzz, did you get it? Man, he passed with flying fucking carpets. It was awesome.
So after N5 test with flying carpets and that, I was lulled into a bit of a false sense of security, because I was like, that were bare easy, fam, I've got this thing. And then I was like, one step further, I was like, maybe I'm just like a natural at Japanese, maybe it's really easy. And people on the internet don't know what they're talking about. And maybe when Japanese people tell me like, oh, Nihongo jozu, they actually mean it, because like you're a natural. N4 is going to be easy. Reality check time. When I started studying for M4, I realised something. I realised how far up shit creek I actually were. And I weren't just up shit creek, I were up shit creek and there were no sign or a paddle, a boat, goggles, snorkels, none of that shit. I were just basically drowning in turds. And to be honest, I were out of my depth to start with. Eh? 今もう同じじゃないの? What do you mean? 前でダンちゃんはほんまにアホだったな。それでも毎日ちゃんと勉強したのに、今もうほんまにアホやで。Well, mate, I'm not even going to dignify that with a response, am I? So at this point, I realised how well and truly fucked I were, but I decided to roll up my sleeves and get the old college gambada and, you know, study loads. And to be honest, I studied about 2 hours a day, and I studied using a load of stuff. I actually made a video about the stuff that I used to study for M4. Mate, link's in the description, it's here somewhere too, go check it out. So for about 4 months I kept up this charade, and every day I'd do the same thing, and I'd just repeat. I'd start off, I'd study some wanikani. Next, some drills on bump row. I'd try my hand at reviewing some vocabulary.
静か
Fuck! And even sometimes I'd take some Japanese lessons online with native speakers. 今から日本語の講座を行います. Oh, for fuck's sake. Towards the end of all this, I started to feel a bit less fucked. I mean, like, I was still fucked, but I weren't balls deep anymore. I was just taking tip. And that, in my world, were better. So it rolled around to night before actual exam, and I thought, well, I'm going to do a practice test, aren't I? Maybe I'll be better if I feel a bit more confident. So I sat down at the kitchen table with my little book and my pencil and my timer, and I cracked on with a practice test. And this is like a real test with real questions. And it weren't so bad. Like an hour and a half later, I'd finished doing everything, tallied up my score, 76%, fam. I was like, mate, I've got this, that studying's worked. I don't believe it. And I went to bed full of confidence. I was like, yes, I've got this thing. Woke up next day, grabbed my pencil, and I got on train to Osaka with my head full of little Japanese knowledge. どうだった? What, train? ちゃうで。電車じゃねえわ。試験は? Well, to be honest, mate, First problem, we're actually finding fucking test centre. So I got a dress and I put it in Google Maps, and Google Maps were like, nah mate, not today, you're going wrong way, and sent me off and I went wrong direction. So that were nice. Cheers Google Maps, I appreciate that. Eventually the security guard pointed me at right direction and I found test centre, and I could tell it was test centre because there were about 300 gaijins outside. So we all lined up and we made us way inside and we sat down in test centre, and then we were ready for test to start. And test is broke up into like 3 main sections. There's like the grammar section, that's part 2, I don't know why it's first. We've got vocabulary and kanji, and then grammar, and then we've got listening section. Yeah, I know mate, but we'll get to that in due course. First up, we've got kanji and vocabulary test. But before we can do that, we have to waste a good 20-25 minutes while woman at front sits and tells us rules for test like we've never took a test before in his life. She's all like, right, good morning everyone, here's rules, pay attention. First of all, take your phone, turn it off, throw it away, you don't need it. If I see any one of your motherfuckers with a phone, I'm going to come round and pop you on it back at head, alright? Second rule, don't go looking at question book until I tell you. If you don't, baseball card, red card, some card, go home. If you do that, don't... Oi, you at back talking, who you talking to? Eh? That's what I thought, you best shut up. So my test, mate. Don't go fucking testing my patience today. Fucking hell. Next up, they come and check that your face is alright. They don't really, they come and check that your face matches your picture. And that's a thing that happens in this test. You don't just get test on your knowledge, you get test on your face. It's like, here we go. Morning. See, same face in it, look. Well, mate. Your face offends my mirror, and that's not good for me. But today, I'm in a good mood. I'll let you take test, even with your ugly face. But good luck, not just in test, in life. Looks like you're gonna need it anyway. So you've already been here a good 50 minutes, and it takes them another 30 years to walk around and get a test booklet and answer page and make sure that your name is right on everything, because you know, yellow tape and Japan and that's a thing, and you have to wait for that to happen. Right then, it's test paper. Cheers. Don't go looking at that until he's told you to look at it, alright? Mate, I didn't touch it. You listening? Don't go looking yet. After all this shit, it's time to get going. You slap up in your book and it's time to start answering some questions. First up, we're kanji section, and to be honest, this went surprisingly well. There were only a couple I weren't sure about, I were pretty sure about, but I weren't 100%. Checked them after. Good job. Think we did alright on kanji section. Next up, vocabulary. So vocabulary weren't as hard as I expected it to be. I thought this would be a bit worse part, but I knew a lot of answers. Like, I didn't know everything, but I knew a lot of them, and some of my guesses might be alright. So honestly, it weren't as bad as I thought. I finished first section and I was like, yes mate, we're doing alright here. It weren't even like close. I'm pretty sure I passed that section. But then it was time for a 20-minute break. And most common thing to do in this 20-minute break is relax your mind and your body by standing in a queue to go to the toilet. How long you been waiting for the toilet? Kyonen no JLPT kara. Fair enough.
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
So you wait and you wait and you wait, and after about 18 minutes, you get up and you go back to the test centre and you sit down with a bladder full, ready to do the next part of the test. Ah, fuck this. But first, you've got to listen to rules again like you'd forgot from 10 minutes ago. Right then, here's rules. Don't go fucking looking at that test paper yet. Next up, we've got the grammar section, and to be honest, I expected this to be the hardest part. And we started with obligatory, choose the particle at random section because you're a gaijin and you'll never understand Japanese particle usage. And of course, I narrowed it down to a 50-50 choice and guessed wrong 100% of the time, I would imagine. That's just how my luck goes. So we did that. Then we move on to like some stuff like fill in the gaps or choose the appropriate word to finish the sentence kind of stuff. that were alright. And then you get some longer text where you have to kind of fucking choose the right word and you've got to fill out the blanks in the text. That's all well and good, but like sometimes I fuck up with nuance at beginning and choose a word wrong at beginning. At rest of them I just fucked because I didn't really understand what was going on. But honestly, when I got to end of all that, I still felt like I'm alright. Like I didn't think I'd failed that. I thought it were hard, don't get me wrong, but I thought maybe I'm alright here. Like, goody safer? I don't know, mate. Maybe safe. Definitely maybe. But after that ordeal where you sat there and you're thinking like, oh my god, how hard is that? It's time for yet again another failed toilet break and another round the rules, your favourite. Oh fucking look. God, I hate them rules, man. They're whack. And as we all know, I'm lactose intolerant and I don't play that. But this time, it was different because they'd also got to test sound system for listening section. So they had to set up some speakers and play a CD and that.
Patrick, can you hear me now? Yeah. Hang on. Can you hear me now? Yeah, I can see you, dick.
And after all that, it's time for listening section to start. And to be honest, at this point, me head hurt, I was tired. I'd had enough Japanese for one day, but she presses play on CD and it's time to go. So first question, I'm listening and I'm like, oh, I'm pretty confident. I understood a lot of them words. Sick, we might be alright here because I'm not good at listening. And that were good. And I was like, yes, let's go. Question number 2. Number 2, downhill rapid style. And after that, I was just lost. I was like, I don't know what's going on anymore. Like, I'm not getting these words. I'm not understanding what's going on anymore. Words were going in, they just weren't getting processed and I didn't have time to think about it. So I'm just like, at this point, 25% guessing, innit? 1 out of 4. See every time, even though it's 1, 2, 3, 4. See every time. Yeah, like, I don't know. Only saving grace in listening section, which I always buzz on, is they just have like a 30-second musical interlude. Just like some classical music for 30 seconds. They're like, just have a little break. 30 seconds worth of music plays and you're a bit like... And after that little musical interlude, there's some more questions just so you can sit there and realise how badly you are fucked. Fugo kaku kana? Yeah, probably. And like, if you fail one section, you fail the lot. They are really in for a penny, in for a pound with that marking, so... Yeah, I reckon I've screwed the pooch on that listening section, to be honest with you. I need... Basically, there were 28 questions, yeah? And you need about 10 to get a passing score. And I look back and I think maybe 6 questions I'm relatively confident about. That means I need 4 more. And I've got some guesses that I'm, you know, open on right now. Kami-sama, what do you guys want? So, yeah, I reckon that went tits up, to be honest with you. But it'll be right because the test result is not the be-all and end-all. You know what I mean? Like, looking back to September when I started this thing, I've learnt loads just by studying. Like, I know like 500 kanji now. Back in the day I knew about 5. So that's good. I've learned like about 1,000 new words that often I forget. But I learnt them and I've got some grammar patterns that I didn't even know existed. So I guess it's like the journey, not the destination and all that thing. But honestly, it's not all lost. And we'll have to wait for results and see what happens. That's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, do me a favour, smash that subscribe button like JLPT smashed me in face this time round. We've also got another video down here somewhere. Go check it out. We've got JaDan fam scrolling across bottom on Patreon. That's patreon.com/JaDan. You guys are awesome. But as always, until next time, Jamata.